there's been a war. There's been a war on our Twitch, okay? There's been a war on our Twitch between this thread and this thread. This thread is actually probably the first that I've seen of its kind. It got a lot more upvotes. This thread, what this thread says is like your typical motivational energy. Like, don't let someone else tell you that you can't do something. You will have friends question why you're doing this streaming thing, quotations. If they aren't showing unconditional support, they aren't really your friends. This should motivate at least one person. Keep grinding, okay? So I guess I'm not really your friend, and I'm about to tell you that you can't do something, okay? Okay? Because I want to highlight in this topic how unbelievably unrealistic it is to expect yourself to become successful at something like live streaming. And that I think that this is really very much akin to the same movement in the 70s, 80s, and 90s of going to Hollywood and becoming the next big actor. And the reason why I want to highlight this is because I feel like what is going to happen is there's going to be a lot of kind of crushed dreams from people that are setting unrealistic expectations for where they may be able to go with this. And that saddens me because these are people who are intelligent and funny and smart and could be doing anything else of value than wasting their time on something that is actually no fault of their own. So, and to be clear, like, it's not that the vast majority of people will fail because of a lack of their own merit. It's that you can start a stream on Twitch and do everything right, and you can't succeed because of the way that the ecosystem is set up. It's a combination of saturation and discovery, which we'll talk about. So another thread came up about a day later that said, PSA, Twitch is your hobby, not your future. Some people need to realize that the grind attitude is incredibly unhealthy. Streaming can be an incredible dream with an insane amount of money. And of course, some people can make living off of Twitch. It's 100% a legitimate job. But 99.9% of people who stream on any platform will never make enough money to pay for a month of rent, let alone the rest of your expenses. The fact is the current top post, which is encouraging this unhealthy and unrealistic lifestyle, has 659 points and 93% upvotes show that it's a widespread issue within Twitch. People are saying people who don't support them just don't get it or don't show unconditional support. They really aren't your friends. No, these are people who do care about you. To be clear, streaming 8 hours a day doesn't make you any better chance of becoming a big person than someone who streams 3 hours a week. It's pure luck you want to become big. There is no skill involved. We'll talk about that in a second. There are 5.8 unique streams per month and currently only 45,000 partners. That means that less than 0.007% of all streamers are partners. Now, what isn't mentioned in that is that the vast majority of partners are inactive because Twitch never clears partners, right? So Twitch never clears any kind of partnership. If you get partnered by Twitch, you never get unpartnered by Twitch unless you get banned. So that number really looks like more like 5,000, 10,000 people that are making even remote, any kind of remote income. And out of those 5 or 10,000 people, very few of them make full-time income. And out of those people that do make full-time income, very few of them make income sustainably. So I've said in many different ways, if you have more than 400 viewers, okay, you are way past the 0.01% of Twitch. If you have over 900 viewers, you are literally a top tier broadcaster. You are like one of the most important people on Twitch. And if you are like a 30,000 like Asmongold Andy, then like those people actually individually are substantial to the entire website's traffic. So like Asmongold himself is enough for Twitch to actually attribute a discernible percentage, like 1 to 2% of their total traffic on their website. I think a lot of people, since Twitch gets compared oftentimes to YouTube, right? I think that a lot of people don't realize how ridiculously small Twitch is compared to YouTube, right? YouTube, for every 100 people, there's one on Twitch. Or another way to say that is for every 15 million viewers that come to a website every day on Twitch, there's 200 million of those same viewers that come to YouTube on gaming alone. So entire website of Twitch, everything we know, which is just chatting, which is music, which is underwater basket weaving, live streaming, everything, right? There is 200 million, which is a factor of what? If we just do the calculations, right? There's 13 times more people that go to gaming alone for YouTube than there is on Twitch. Okay? So I feel like a lot of people that are trying to create a career on Twitch are absolutely, utterly delusional. And it frustrates me because I'm one of the people that constantly feels these questions. I get the emails of like, hey, I'm the next ninja. Just keep your eyes on me. You're gonna be hearing things. Spoiler alert, I've never heard things. But like, I get those emails all the time. I'm also the guy that gets the emails. It's like, hey, I streamed 3 years on Twitch. I got nowhere, right? And the important thing to understand is like, let's focus on this section right here, okay? It's pure luck that you become big. There's no skill involved. That's not true, right? Luck is, I think, a decent factor, though luck pretty much at this point, I would say, is almost out of the equation. It was more luck in like 2014, 2012 that you started broadcasting in a good category, like World of Warcraft, and you really took off, right? Some streamers, they started their first stream was to 1,000 viewers. They never decreased their stream in 2012. That's not possible anymore. There's too much saturation. That'll never happen. Nobody will ever have 1,000 viewers on their first stream unless they're like a gigantic broadcaster, like a gigantic celebrity or someone that's coming from somewhere else. That'll never happen, right? There is a lot of skill involved. There's skill in the way you present yourself. There's skill in the way you improv. There's skill in your comedy. There's a lot of skill in how you look at your analytics over large periods of time. There's a lot of skill in like what kind of content you choose to select, what kind of topics you choose to select, the kind of presentation, the pacing, the community building, all that skill. A lot of stuff in that. But I will tell you something that I think is so important for this. And this is like if you take like nothing else away, Twitch is not built from the ground up to support a career as a content creator. Every other social media platform in existence is this. And I think we get it confused, but Twitch doesn't do anything for your discovery. Twitch doesn't do anything for your discovery. As of the time of this talk, Twitch doesn't do anything for your discovery. There is a recommended tab, which kind of works, but doesn't work for broadcasters that are under like 1,000 viewers. And I don't think ever will, just because of like the way that saturation works on Twitch. Twitch doesn't do anything for your discovery. There is no algorithm that puts you in search. There's no topics or tags that people search for. The tags do exist, but nobody's culturally trained to view them. It is not a platform that helps you discover, which, like, what does that literally mean? I can't put this any more clearly. If you stream on Twitch, streaming more on Twitch will not get you more viewers. Streaming more on Twitch will not get you more viewers. Streaming more on Twitch will not get you more viewers. Not viewers streaming on Twitch, not more viewers. More viewers not on Twitch streaming more. You will not get more viewers, right? If you want to get viewers on Twitch, you have to do stuff on other platforms. You have to build on YouTube. You have to build on Instagram. You have to build on Twitter. You have to drive viewers from other platforms that actually have discoverability. Period. End of story. That's it, right? So if you are on this grind, okay, and you're a 3-viewer streamer, and you're like, God, I'm just going for it, man. I'm playing Doki Doki. It's 4 a.m. I'm playing Black Desert Online. There's 15 viewers in the entire category. I'm streaming 6 hours a night. I'm getting there. I'm responding to every chat. I'm making everybody a mod that comes into my chat and even says hi. I've got a 14-year-old who's actually running my community in my Discord of 5 people. I've got a dude. Like, full-time income is right around the corner. It's not. You're hosed. You're doomed. You're literally doomed. You're going to fail. Right? It's not a matter of like the luck is around the corner. It's not a matter of that. No matter how hard you want it, you can plant seeds in the dead of winter. They won't grow. It doesn't matter because the environment around those seeds doesn't beget that growth. It's not a matter of luck. It's not going to be lucky. It's not the one seed that's going to be like, it just like goes through and it pops off. It's not going to happen. In the dead of winter, when the snow covers the ground, your plants are not going to grow. Your crops are not going to grow because the environment is wrong. You have to wait for the timing, the environment has to be correct. Everybody that is streaming right now to less than 100 viewers and they're just grinding and they're not doing any kind of other media is literally trying to plant their seeds in the winter. And this super unhealthy mentality of more grind and more work and more stuff is wasting your time because your time is worth money. All of your time is worth money, no matter I don't care if we've got, I don't care if like a hobo accidentally wandered into my broadcast right now, uses a library computer, and is logging on to watch Devin Nash, okay? Every one of you has, your time is worth money. And actually, like, what do I know about you, right? You speak English, you use a computer and know how to do it, probably pretty well. You're an avid gamer, which makes you 20% popular, more smarter than the average population because you're on Twitch and you're a power user. You probably understand how to use the website, right? Your time's probably worth quite a bit. A lot of you are probably in college or have graduated high school. You're probably from a middle class or better family. So a lot of you are probably worth $30 to $50 an hour right now. And some of you might be worth more than that. So if you're spending your time expecting to get a paycheck from Twitch, you are literally wasting your time. But it's worse than that because here's the thing about Twitch, okay? Let's say you do make it and you are successful for 1 year, okay? And let's say that's from the time you're 26 to 27, okay? That entire year that you streamed and made that money, you didn't get any transferable skills that go to anything else in life, okay? You didn't learn how to like fix a wire. You didn't learn how to build anything. You didn't learn how to create anything. You didn't learn anything about products or services. Didn't learn anything about marketing. Didn't learn anything about digital media. Didn't learn anything about graphics design or anything like that. These might be skills that you develop in tandem with streaming, but streaming itself doesn't utilize any skills. And and as a person who was in esports, okay, I can't tell you how often I saw people that got into the LCS who no one knows the name of today, who are working at random gas stations or wherever the hell because they developed no skills during their 3-year or 4-year period at the LCS, and they came out and they had nothing. And there are a lot of people who are going to fall into that category. And listen, I tell you this because I care. Like, I obviously care. I don't think that anything in life is a matter. I barely believe in luck. I think it's a factor, but I ignore it. Like, I think for all extents and purposes, if you work smart and you work hard, you're going to get ahead. But if you are in the wrong environment, it really doesn't matter how hard you work. And the vast majority of smaller broadcasters are just in the wrong environment. This is one of the reasons why, like, there's a gold rush on like Facebook and YouTube, and a lot of people sleep on it. Like, Facebook and YouTube right now are very successful platforms. A lot of people are really growing on them. The thing about Twitch in 2012 is true for Facebook and YouTube right now because of saturation. There's few enough streamers there that you can go to YouTube right now and you can actually start a stream and get like 400 viewers organically. It's also propagated by the search engine. And that's something that it's not possible on Twitch anymore, right? It's just that level of discovery doesn't exist. So Twitch isn't doing you any favors on getting discovered, and Twitch doesn't really have the capacity in the short term to fix this problem. They would have to completely redesign and rethink the way that search works, and they would have to train their user base to do it. And this is something that takes years to do, and their machine learning is years and years and years behind YouTube. Okay? So I see, and I literally have so many DMs from smaller broadcasters that are like thinking they're doing the right thing. It's frustrating. I had to shut down my Twitter DMs because I was getting dozens, if not some days, hundreds of these a day, and it's always the same message, right? And the truth is, like, there's a really smart owner of an esports team who told me something once, and he said, Devin, there's a lot of people that need to fill the seats and a lot less people that need to play on the court. And I never forgot that, right? It's a very true statement. The number of viewers that are available to watch something, right? The number of viewers that are available to watch something is just less than the number of people there are playing the game. That's how it is, right? And so naturally, the people that are going to be the best at something in the top 0.0001%, they are people who either have, like, by chance or by deliberate effort found the exact right environment and timing, and then they hit it. And I think a lot of people need to respect how much timing matters, and that a lot of timings in terms of Twitch have passed. So there's a really good book by Malcolm Gladwell about this called Outliers, where he explains, like, if you look at like all of the tech companies that have grown and are now like the Microsofts and like Apples of the world, you can actually go back to like a 4-year period of time where all of those founders started because they were in the right time to learn computers and get a competitive advantage. A lot of that timing has passed for Twitch, and maybe it hasn't for Facebook and YouTube, which are some interesting things that people can look at. I'm not really sure if I know if it has passed or not, but it has passed for Twitch. Like the days of starting a Twitch stream and suddenly getting boosted to 400 viewers are completely over. It's just not a thing that's going to happen anymore. The other thing that I want to point out, and this is true for esports as well, and people that are crossing over that, since I'm on the trend of just completely smashing everyone's dreams today, we'll go do that for esports now as well. The other thing to keep in mind is that out of all of the broadcasters in the top 0.0001% that you follow, how many of them actually started their stream with a deliberate idea that they were going to become one of those top 0.001% broadcasters? How many? How many? Right? Let's look at the list right now of the people that are on. I think it'll surprise you. Nick Mertz? Nope. Asmongold? Nope. XQC? Nope. LOL Tyler 1, nope. Soda, nope. Pokey, nope. Lily, nope. None of them, right? So you can go, these are just people that are online right now. You can just sort like Twitch by viewers, right? None of them. How could you know this? I don't know. If only like there was like someone who like had like personal relationships with all these streamers and like did interviews constantly on his channel for their motivations and their success. Yeah, if only we had someone like that here. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I have no idea. Yeah, well, too bad that we don't have that guy. That'd be really cool. Tifu? Nope. Booga? Nope. Right? Huge percentage of the top broadcasters, and by the way, like a lot of the pros in the LCS, never set out to do this. They didn't have a business plan. They didn't have right? Like they were doing something that they really loved, they no-lifed it, and then they learned the steps as they went along. And so, and in like the LCS too, it's like they played the game a lot, and they had a deliberate effort to try to learn the game. And then most of the people that always get scouted for teams just get pulled off the ladder, and they had no idea they were going to become pros. In fact, I'd be really hard-pressed to think of a single person who from the outset was like, I'm going to become an LCS pro. And this even applies to people that are really self-actualized, like Bjergsen. Like people that are really, really putting the work in. They had no idea. It just sort of kind of worked out, right? So I always get a little bit worried when someone's like at the like 3 to 5 viewer count and is like, I'm going to make it big, because the lesson here is that there is this is like what I'll say about it. The more that I spend time thinking about broadcasting and digital media, the more I realize that true content creation is an artistic thing. And I use that word really intentionally. In that, it is something that you create because you want to see it in the world. You want to add it to the world because it's either not there and that pisses you off. Like in my case, like that is why I ran this stream, right? It's like, I was like, there is nobody good at talking about digital media and talking about marketing in this space. It's just like, no one talks about the business of Twitch, the business of YouTube. And yet it is a massive field that everyone like is curious about. Well, I got to do it. I just got pissed off enough to do this. And it's like outside of my other work, which is like my job and like my life and stuff that I do, and like Eve and all the games that I play and everything, right? I just do this because I really, truly am passionate about it getting out there. I just want to be there, right? We did the interview yesterday with my good friend Ethan, right? Amazon VP, because I wanted that information to be out there. I felt like he and I had a phone call and we said, you know what? There are a lot of people that are put out by COVID. There's a lot of people that are put out by just economic circumstances, stuff like that. Let's do a show where we talk about how we can help people find opportunities in jobs or just be better off. And you know what conversation didn't happen on that phone call? Bro, how many viewers do you think we could get off this? Dude, do you think a lot of people will sub? Do you think there'll be a lot of donations? There'll be a lot of tips? Do you think a lot of people will follow? Not a single thing. Didn't even think about it. Right? we wanted to add value. We wanted to add value first and foremost, and then we want to do it, right? And whenever I start, so I've had this like thing where I've now at this point interviewed dozens, like close to 50, maybe more of the most successful broadcasters across YouTube and Twitch and social media and influencers. And every single one of them that is succeeding has this mindset. It's just like regardless of how quite successful they are, because like we've talked to people with 1,000 viewers, we've talked to people with 20,000 viewers, we've talked to people that are multimillionaires, we've talked to people that make 100K a year and don't know how to monetize their streams. They are putting the work in because it's something that they want to see in the world, regardless of the results, right? And people are going to say, oh, like that's easy for you to say, you're already successful. Oh, that's easy to say if you're whatever. No, everybody starts from that position if they are intending to succeed. And like adding to the world and adding value should be your first and only KPI, which is like when I say broadcasters ask me for all this stuff. Should I have a camera? Not a camera? Should I stream these hours? Should I not stream these hours? You can go to my Discord and the hashtag content creation channel, which I have honestly just created so that I can avoid that conversation. They don't know it, but I just put them in there. It's their little prison. They don't know they're in there, but it's just for me to just stay away from there, right? Like okay, it's a good place, like, but that's why that's why I keep it there. Okay, like you will see it every day of people that are always asking these questions, and it's like the only question you should ask yourself over and over again is, how do I add something to the world that isn't there? How do I add value in my unique voice? What do I do? And I just want people to realize, and I know it's not the last time I'm going to have to say this, that Twitch is not doing you any favors. They're not in the business of doing you favors. They're in the ad business. They're in the top percentage of broadcasters make vastly more money than a grip of smaller 1 to 3 tier viewers, where the encodings that they're providing to affiliates probably don't make up in server costs for the few amount of subs or viewers that they're getting to the website. And by the way, the vast majority, so like this is something that I think you also have to understand. Maybe we end with this, which is another spooky thing. Twitch doesn't really have an incentive to make you discoverable to new viewers. Why would Devin say something like that? What, isn't more streamers on the website good? Isn't more partners good? Right? They will say yes, but think about it. If you're a new viewer, right, to the website, is it riskier? You've just come here, so you're on Twitch for the first time. You don't really know what it is. You've been brought here by a friend or a referral or an advertising campaign or something like that. Okay, who do you recommend to that viewer? Do you recommend the 5 viewer Andy, or do you recommend the 50,000 viewer Asmongold? You recommend Asmon because that's the highest chance of captivating that viewer, of getting that person entertaining, of getting that person like to come back and check out other streams. And actually, most of the smaller broadcasters, the way that they actually get discovered, people that are like in the 2,000 to 5,000 viewer range, the way that they get discovered is the trickle down effect of those people and the collaboration. So like Asmon might talk about Devin Nash, like analytics, and then like people might go check me out. But it doesn't, I don't get new viewers. Like you won't find anybody in here, most likely. Some people might troll and be like, that's me. You know, you won't get anybody who's like, hi, I found you on Twitch. Like the recommended page, like it doesn't happen, right? It's just not a thing. And that's for someone that's like my size. Again, I'm top 0.0001%, right? So like that's just how it is. A lot of people find me through YouTube, through my collaborations, Scuff Podcast, other communities that I interact with, interviews that I do, things like that, or just stuff that or sheets that I make, right? Like I make like sheets, like but external media, right? That not from like the core of like the Twitch Foundation. And that's there's like lessons there too. So I think that Twitch is not incentivized to solve this problem because they are, in every single way, it's beneficial for them to put a large broadcaster in front of you because that's the highest likelihood that you're going to stay on the website, you're going to contribute to their ad revenue, you're going to contribute to being on the website longer, because there's no guarantee that a 100 viewer streamer is going to captivate you in the same way that a 50,000 viewer streamer would, because they don't have things like YouTube has, which is like YouTube knows you like a video before before you know that you like a video, okay? And they do that by building a profile on you of your interests. So I like watching videos of cats trying to figure out how to go through transparent film on walls, right? There's like 7 cats and they hit the wall and they're like, what? And then for the next like 2 minutes, they try to figure it out. And some of them go under it and some of them jump through it and stuff like that, okay? I like those videos. They're cool. It relaxes me. So YouTube goes, he likes those videos. And then it shows me more videos like that, and it understands you. But Twitch doesn't understand you. Twitch doesn't know what your 100-viewer stream is about. There's no intelligence that's actually evaluating that. There's no criteria. There's tags, right? But tags don't do anything for you because nobody searches for them culturally. So it doesn't matter. So that's the analogy that I would love for a lot of people to take away from this talk is if you are planting seeds in the wrong environment in the winter, you're not going to grow. And this mentality, I feel like, is very toxic. There is a lot of people with very broken expectations and a lot of people that are in this for the wrong reason. This is another gold rush. It's a cash grab. It's, I want all the fame and fortune and I don't want any of the costs. I expect just to have this. I'm entitled to it. This is not stuff that is going to serve you well in your life. You have to always come from a place of value first. And like, you also have to get out of the victim mindset of like, oh, I'm not making it. All these people just talk about like being in the value mindset because they're already rich. They already made it. They own companies. Like, of course they're going to talk about that. They're not struggling like I am. Everyone that was in a value mindset struggled at one time, right? Everyone had started with $0 unless you're like a trust fund baby. But a lot of those people don't make it, right? The value-driven mindset works at $0 or $10 billion. It's just, it's you got to get out of victimizing yourself and you got to get realistic, right? This is not realistic, okay? If your friends don't show you unconditional support, they aren't your friends. This isn't realistic, okay? Like getting motivated because somebody makes a 20-second paragraph or whatever to go back to your 3-viewer stream where no one gives a shit, where you continuously slam your head against the wall with absolutely zero results, isn't realistic, okay? Being 0.007% of streamers that are partners, that's realistic, right? You're one of millions here, right? You're planting seeds in a barren field, in salted earth. And it doesn't mean that you can't succeed and that I don't want you to win, because I do, right? I want everybody to win. But I know that in order to do that, the first thing you have to do is get realistic about your expectations. You have to become realistic about what is possible and what environment that you're working within and the tools that you have to do your trade. If you don't have that cleared up, you're hosed from the beginning. And I feel like there's such a huge percentage of people there, right there, like they don't have the tool set, they don't have it set up right, they don't have their expectations realistic, they don't have all their ducks in a row. There's such a huge percentage of people in that category that we needed to talk about it. And so I did. That's my talk. I think you know what to do. Hit the bell icon, hit the subscriber icon, follow me on my stream where this was recorded live. What else? I don't know. Leave a comment with what you think. Thank you very much. Big appreciate.